a euphemism for the apartheid wall. In last month's New Yorker magazine, Falk said, the Palestinians would eventually win their struggle to end the illegal Israeli occupation of their country, just as the Vietnamese persevered against America to end our occupation. Now your question. How can I persuade my fellow Americans to follow your grandfather's lesson?
Well, that's part of what I am doing, trying to make them understand that nonviolence is effective and possible. And I do agree that Palestinians can eventually win, provided they understand nonviolence and practice it effectively. The kind of nonviolence that they are practicing right now, throwing stones at the Israelis and so on, that is not really nonviolence. So they have to understand the philosophy and practice it. I was in Palestine and Israel in 2004, and it just transpired that I was the last foreigner to meet Yasser Arafat. And he asked me, he said, you have been speaking about nonviolence. If you were in my place, what would you do? And I said, well, you are asking me a hypothetical question, so I'll give you a hypothetical answer. And I feel that if you and your leadership go to Amman, Jordan, where nearly 1 million Palestinians are languishing in horrible refugee camps where nobody is taking care of them, and the only dream those people have is to come back to Palestine and live peacefully and farm their lands. I said, if you went there and mobilized these people, men, women, and children, to march from Amman, Jordan, back to Palestine in peace, without any armed guards and police and army and anger, just quietly lead them in a march to peacefully return to their homeland. What can the Israelis do? They may block you at the border with their army and say you are not allowed to come in. But that face-off itself would be internationally publicized. I said the march alone from Amman, Jordan, with 1 million men, women, and children marching in peace would attract the attention of the entire international media. Media from every country in the world will be there to record this event. And in the presence of the international media, it would be very difficult for the Israelis to stop you or use force against you. And you will earn the sympathy of the whole world. Today, in spite of the fact that they say they are nonviolent and throwing stones, there is very little sympathy that they are earning. Not many people even bother to hear the news about what's going on there. So this is how something could be done to bring about awareness and change. And he agreed with me. Unfortunately, he didn't live much longer after that to put that into practice.
I have a simple question. How do you learn how to forgive those that have done you wrong? How do you get rid of the anger?
Well, it is something that we have to work on all the time. And it's not like a switch that you can put on and off. We have to, first of all, allow respect and love and all these positive emotions to control us. And then we have to not seek revenge. Very often when somebody does something wrong to us, we want vengeance, we want payback. And when we seek payback or vengeance from them, we are just destroying our own life in the process, because we get so obsessed with that idea of vengeance that until we get vengeance, we are not satisfied. And we never get the vengeance that would satisfy us. So it's important that we remember this and practice forgiving. But it's not forgiving and forgetting, like, it is commonly said. We can never forget that. But we forgive and put that incident behind us so that we can dedicate our lives to ensure that that kind of thing doesn't happen again to anybody.